distinguished guests in the grad class of 2017. We are here today to celebrate the vast accomplishments of the people on the stage, as well as listen to a speech that I've Frankenstein together from dozens of speeches that I watched on YouTube. Well, friends, we made it to the DeCoste Center. It's been a whopping 13 years since we started this crazy journey together. The years have been filled with education, laughter, friendship, memories we will never forget, and memories best left buried in the past. All of it leading to today, graduation, where we can recognize each other's accomplishments, share a few jokes, and just spend some more time together before we all go off on our own. But before that, we cannot forget our roots. All of it began way back in Pictou Elementary, when we were spending the long days admiring our Beyblades and trying to climb up the slide the wrong way. In the winter, we would slide down a hill of ice on plastic carpets and dare our friends to lick the metal poles. The rest of the year was filled with games of Foursquare, where you're not allowed to beam the ball, but we'd always beam the ball. It was during these early years that we learned how to count, add, subtract, and even write our names. Dr. Seuss taught us how to read, and later, if you weren't chicken, you'd try and read a Goosebumps novel. After that, grade 6 made us finally feel like adults. A new school, new teachers, and the ability to walk home for lunch. This was the most freedom we've ever known. We were excited. That is until a month in when it started to rain, and if memory serves correct, it wouldn't stop for 3 years. It was at the McCullough that we witnessed firsthand the horrors of puberty. We all became masses of raging hormones, trying to mask our voice cracks with swear words and our body odor with Axe body spray. School dances introduced us to Justin Bieber, a singer I've never understood. To me, his music just sounded like preteen girls screaming in an auditorium. It was also at middle school that we started putting work into what we were doing, especially in family studies, which involved eating it after we were done. A short stretch of the legs across the parking lot, and we finally made it to Pictou Academy. It was a long time coming, but we finally were proud to call ourselves Bulldogs. That is, until a year later, when we remembered we were actually pit bulls and we had to repaint the entire school. But whichever breed of dog we were in the past 4 years, we've each left our own mark on the school and the people we attended it with. We've each seen each other through some difficult times and bonded together in moments of crisis I am sad to say have occurred too many times this year. In a double feature that nobody bought a ticket for, we started off the year with a lengthy work-to-rule dispute and followed it immediately with the news that the school board was moving PA to the middle school. But through all of it, these guys right over there have confronted it with nothing but dignity and grace, but being vocal on their opinions on the matter and not letting it affect their work. Special shout out to Claire McDonald, who during all this stepped up as a makeshift leader, making sure we always attended the meetings and keeping us happy with her jokes of the day, if you can call them that. While it is sad to say that the current building's closing, at least they're keeping the school alive and in Pictou. PA has a rich history way back before Canada was even a country. And fun fact, PA and Canada share the red and white colors. Coincidence? Probably. On behalf of the grad class, I would like to thank the teachers for putting up with us over the years. A few special mentions I'd like to bring Mr. Reed for taking care of my Don Cherry cutout this year. Mr. Sloan for his tremendous sacrifice by always chaperoning on fun trips to Europe. I can't even imagine how hard that was for you. And Mr. Haley for teaching me that it is always possible to be sarcastic. In all seriousness though, every teacher we've had deserves a shout out, and the teachers of PA always go above and beyond to ensure we get the best education possible and give us an amazing 4 years we will cherish forever. I'd also like to thank the parents. You guys are literally the first people we encounter in the world. You taught us to walk and talk, supported us through sports and music lessons, and made us who we are today. When we were kids, we thought you knew everything. That is, until we turned 13 and realized that we knew everything. Sometimes we may not appreciate all the things you do for us, but we should, because you guys do a lot. I can tell you must have all done good jobs because of the people sitting over there. I'm really glad to call them my classmates, but they're also more than that. We are told, especially at PA, that our school has character because of our legacy, our historical significance, and our old building. And while all these are very much true, I think what gives PA most of its character is the students. And going to school wouldn't be the same without these guys. We wouldn't have Cecil always bringing up very thought-provoking topics in the middle of class. I couldn't always follow what he was saying, but the passion in which he said it always had me hooked. Mac, always keeping Claire well-stocked with jokes for the announcements. The calm yet forceful way that Miss McKay says, "Ethan!" And Crawford doing whatever Crawford's doing. Spending every day of 13 years with the same people means you're going to get to know them, sometimes a little more than you wanted. But sticking by someone no matter what, that means you're not just classmates, and you're not just friends. And I know this has probably been in every speech from the school, but that's because it's true. We're family. And family wants family to succeed. And that's why I'm not worried about you guys. I know you're going to go on to succeed in whatever you put your mind to. Someone once said, "You never fail until you stop trying." And that man's name was Albert Einstein. And he was a pretty smart guy, so he probably knows what he's talking about. To help illustrate the point I'm trying to make, I thought about adding a metaphor of sorts to encourage my fellow classmates to always strive for greatness and never give up. So imagine you were stuck at the bottom of a large, steep hill, like just 60 degrees of pure agony. And to get to the top, all you have is a bike that is stuck in the highest gear. And also for this metaphor, you're not allowed to walk up the hill, because that would ruin it. You can either sit at the bottom, or you can take that bike and work harder than you've ever worked before, and eventually reach the top. I realize that this metaphor doesn't work, though, because that's just what Tim does for fun. To wrap this up, I just want to end with a quote. It's very meaningful, it's very inspirational, it's from Batman. It goes, "It's not who you are underneath, but what you do that defines you. And I just know that each and every one of you are going to go on to do great things and make me proud to be part of grad class of 2017.